Hello students, this is Mrs. Moss, and I wanted to give you a little intro to Module 2, Lesson 3, and what we're going to be studying this week. We are focusing on what's called expressions and solving or evaluating an expression. So evaluate is another word to say solve. And an expression usually does not have an equal sign. So I'm gonna put like an arrow with an equal sign crossed out. An equal sign usually is called an equation. So I wrote two examples, and I'm going to show you what an expression looks like. An expression has parentheses usually, which tells you what operation to do first. So whatever is inside these parentheses is what you do first. For example, if it said 1 plus 2, I would have to do 1 plus 2 first, which would mean it equals 3. So for these two, I want you to solve them. So pause this video and solve these. And I want to see if you can get two different answers. Go ahead and pause the video. Okay, did you get two different answers? How did you get two different answers? The way you can get two different answers is by putting the parentheses around different numbers. So I could either put my parentheses around 2 plus 3, or I could put them around 3 times 4. This shows me what part of the expression I have to solve first. These are expressions. So I'm going to solve this one. First, I have to do 2 plus 3, which is 5. And then I do 5 times 4, which is 20. Okay, now I'll solve this one. First, I have to do 3 times 4, which is 12. And then I'm going to do 2 plus 12, which is 14. So you can see they have two totally different values. Both of these are correct because whatever you have the parentheses around, that's the part of the expression that you have to do first. So we just evaluated these two expressions, and one answer was 20, the other answer was 14. Let's try another practice one. I'm gonna write two more number sentence equations. Okay, notice I wrote exactly the same thing. And now I'm going to just have one be addition and one be, let's try subtraction. Now I'm looking at this, I don't want to work with negative numbers yet, so we'll still use multiplication, that's fine. Okay, so go ahead, solve these by putting parentheses around the different areas of the expression and see if you can get two different answers. And unpause the video when you're ready. Okay, so let's do it together. So for this first one, I'm going to put the parentheses around the 5 and the 3. And for the second one, I'm going to put it around the 3 and the 7. So let's solve this first. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 times 7 is 56. So this expression equals 56. This one, I'm going to do 3 times 7 is 21, and then 5 plus 21 is 20. 5 plus 1 is 6. 26. So there I got two different answers for solving my expression with parentheses in different places. So that is what the lesson is on today, and there's one more aspect of the lesson, and that is being able to convert words to an expression with numbers. So I'll give you an example. It might say the sum of 2 and 6 tripled. Okay, so that's a number sentence. So now I have to put that in the form of numbers with a parentheses. So I know that the word sum means addition, and I know that I have to add 2 and 6. I also know that triple means 3 or times 3. So I know my number sentence is going to be 2 plus 6 times 3. It could also be the opposite order. It could be 3 times 2 plus 6. Now, where do I put the parentheses? Notice the comma. So that means that all of this goes together. And it says the sum is these two numbers. So that means I have to put my parentheses around the sum part. This must go together. So now I can solve it, and they should be exactly the same. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. And they match. It didn't matter where I put the tripled, as long as the other part had the parentheses. So that is what we're working on with lesson 3, solving expressions and evaluating and comparing expressions. Good job.